the day. Oh, I didn't eat well last night, We're talking about inheritance and why people are stuck with not understanding what to do. Are you thinking that it's important? I do believe it's important and we need to talk about it. As you age, you need to have gradual reasoning in terms of what to do. What does the law say about your inheritance? Why do we live carelessly? We don't care what's the future, what's gonna happen, why things are the way they are. You are living unguidedly. That's wicked to some extent because you need formalization of 1, 2, 3. For you to move to the next level, you need group of people to come together and help you out of certain situation. And financial discipline is critical. Understanding the concept of law and what it says about your future. You know, this crisis is so rampant because recently I watched a clip written by one of the Nigerian blogger, and he was a genuine, authentic blogger. Information about Nigerians in UK not managing to write a will because of unknown reason. And you have properties, you just pass on to the glory. And you leave the physical property standing there as a structure. Now, Prime Minister Stormer is gathering database on unclaimed properties in London. Now, he wants to ensure the government takes over or we find the next of kin. And when they trace, they realize these people, they don't have next of kin in UK. What that made them so angry? They had to leave their country of origin, went to UK and succeeded, left the earth without writing a will about your properties. Because UK Prime Minister, right now, he's undertaking a serious investigation. Why so many Nigerians that are dead in UK, their properties are unclaimed, and the state wants to take over. Will is when it comes to ownership of properties. Appoint an attorney. In case of your absence, he'll do it. But my surprise is, I'm still going back to the Indian topic. Indians, you never find them stuck in property fields. How do these people do it? But we black people, if you own property, a wealthy person, when you pass on, children start fighting. What was holding that relationship when you were alive? Now it's not there anymore. It's about my father loved me more than you. My father secretly gave you this and that. That's why we have to check the balance. And the person to check this balance is the attorney, the lawyer. You have to appoint not just a street lawyer, somebody who has been given a letter authentication by the Constitution of the Republic. And his law firm is legally registered and you have verified. These are the oath executors. They will guide you how to administer and distribute your properties. But this generation, X generation doesn't have much wealth. They're just living and passing with living nothing. Octogenarians who are 80 and 70 years, those are the ones who had properties and they're still holding on those properties up to now. What's happening right now in UK is a pricing that the government is intervening because many people are dying. Many people are dying without leaving a will. And that's something very, crucial. I found it worth talking about because how come it's only spoke about Africans in UK, particularly Nigerians? Nigerians are well educated, and most of them they travel to UK. They are professors, they are dentists, they are engineers. They had access to the documents and they managed to buy properties. But did they forget where they came from? Because some of those properties, the UK government is talking about, they are 100 years old, 50 years old, 20, 30 years old, 10 years old. Those people, obviously, they passed on a long time ago. When you see the government now is saying, no, we have a housing crisis in UK, in London. Now, we must know who are the occupiers of these properties, because if we want to have a modern development whereby we can build skyscrapers to accommodate more people, then definitely we need to find out who are these people. That's why they had to go to the township mayor and told him, give us information about the planning of this London. We want to know who owns these properties, because there are so many and they are idle. Nobody is living in them. Some of them are dilapidated. Others, somebody corrects land, nobody knows who is the owner. In case of addressing the municipal or the city problem, you don't know whom to contact. It's a ghost, but money, people lives there. Now, this UK government is much concerned about these Nigerian people. How come it's not about Indians? You cannot hear Indians' property in dispute in London. Why are these people so smart? Do we come from the same planet? Because where he never went to the media and said, we have properties of Indians that are unclaimed. But he came up strongly with confidence and said, we have properties of Nigerians that are stuck here in UK. We don't know what to do or how to go about it. I was like, come on, Taylor Naido, you must be an Indian. Wow, how are you? I want Indians on board here, man. We have a great topic. And I want to have debate with those Indians that have been into other parts of the world apart from India, and they were taken there by the British colonial masters, because those Indians are very wealthy right now. After the British left African colonies and Asian colonies and um, America, I won't say much because Jews, they are the ones who are leading. But mostly in African Commonwealth, Indians, they have an upper hand. I'm not talking about Pakistan, I'm talking about Indians from India from those days. But you never see them fighting about properties. What is this so special about them? Right now in UK, there's a crisis of unclaimed properties by Nigerians. How come it's not about certain peoples or Somalis or Arabs? Or it's only about Nigerians. Why? I want to know. I'm not a Nigerian, but I found this topic very interesting and I decided to come on and say, no, let's talk about it. Naido, you are an Indian. The name can tell me, I know. Where are you, boy? Where are you, boss? Where are you? Are you a lady or you are a man? I would like to know. Darian Naika. Wow. Jared, hi. What's up? Today's topic is quite difficult and quite complex because it's a inheritance crisis, and that thing is becoming deep and wide. Many are stuck there to understand. What do we do, man? Bro, property ownership is becoming a serious matter. You know, you have to introduce the people around you, next of kin, in case of anything. Who said you live forever? And the Bible says, he who invests on other materials, that's where his heart is. Now spiders and rats and cobwebs are living in those houses. Why you couldn't dispose them and give to charity? Sometimes I've not even spoken about Caucasians, the white people, and how they manage their assets. But this crisis of property ownership and will in the black community is becoming a big problem. It's leaving a lot of to be desired, and it's making things complicated because black people are my people. Why do we have property fears once the owner passes on without even a will? It's dangerous. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Let the channel grow. I'm here. I want to get. I want to blog for almost one hour. Subscribe to the channel. I'm looking for approximately maybe 20 subscribers. Yeah, yeah, and maybe 50 likes to the video, because that's it. We are stuck with property ownership, and very few people understand what I'm saying. We have to do something to curb negligence and prove to the world, we black people, we can have well managed inheritance legacies because it's in crisis right now as we speak. For all the time I've been moving around, I've been staying, whether in Africa, in UK, or whether in Caribbeans or in the United States, black people, they're the ones who are lacking behind in understanding how to deal with money, how to execute the will, how to distribute their will, and how to manage population. Because you find somebody is having properties, but you have 5 children. When you die, what next? So where did you fail? I'm not saying that's long to procreate because God said we procreate, but you are lacking, stamina to lead. What's in your mind is fun. What is in your mind is, let it happen, let it be. I don't care. I'll not live forever. Yeah, you'll not live forever, but those people you leave behind is your love for the next generation. You want them to stay fighting each other because of your will, because you left a property without distributing. If you know you have only one property and you have 5 children, say it belongs to none in your will and tell them to produce more because your strength reached there. But not just saying, so my child, the last born is the one who's supposed to take over. And what about the firstborn, secondborn? They claim their father's property. So what will you divide that property into rooms? No. They must have a wisdom to deal with that crisis and have power of attorney involved in order for them to know what to do. Otherwise, we are overwhelmed and we don't know what to do, particularly my people. That's my argument. My people, we have a crisis. We have to deal with it. Whether we like it or not, it's not adding up. Where I'm wrong, correct me. Where I'm right, let it be. Why after the parent passes on, there's no love anymore in the family? When the parent passes on, why do children don't have love anymore, especially the father? That home becomes like nobody cares anymore. When the mother passes on, that's the love tree of that family. Children scatters. Why? Why is it so? Where's the love? When your father was alive or when your mother was, most of the children, they don't fear their mothers, they fear their fathers, particularly in African culture. And when the father is there, they don't disturb their mother. But when the father is not there, the mother becomes very weak and everything to the children, scattering everything. So I wonder how the will of a single mother is taken care of by the children she left. Half of them are male, half of them are females, and there's no father figure. And the uncle is there, but less concerned. Oh, this is deep. We need organizational thinking and community leadership to come forward and tell us what are we going to do. Because that article I saw, and then I went to UK government press. I saw the same illustration. They are giving a gazette notice how to claim the properties owned by Nigerians in UK because they are not claiming it back. It's like, are we there? Let's people come on board and we discuss this matter. How do you draft a will of a single mother? How do you draft a will? How do you dispose of the property, unclaimed property owned by someone who is never married? In your culture, how do you go about it? Because if culture says how you're supposed to divide the property of somebody who was never married or never wrote a will and never had children, then what does the constitution say in your country? I would like to have the comments below and like the video. You don't just swipe away. You need to listen to this because it's affecting each and every one of us. And I know in your family, you have those people who are dying without a will. Can you imagine you inheriting the property owned by your uncle because he never had a family, he never had a wife, he never had a child, even if he had children, he never introduced them to the family. And before you inherit from your uncle, he has brothers who will claim. And before even his brothers claim, he has a mother who will claim or a father. So it's a complex topic. Some of the things I'm talking about here, they're not for children. They're for people who are sober-minded, willing to learn and deliver. How can UK government publicly state it's having a list of unoccupied properties in London owned by Nigerians and they are all deceased? It sounds wicked. If it's one case, it's fine. But now it's amounting to hundreds of properties in CBD, in suburbs. You know, can you be owning properties and you don't have family? That sounds a bit weird. How can you own properties in CBD in London? You are from origin of African descent. You die, and nobody is there to claim the property. Don't you see there's something that is not right? Because that's what the UK government is doing. They are setting up a committee to go all the way to Nigeria to trace the next of kins for these people who died long time ago in UK and they owned properties that are unclaimed and the government want to develop the land. The same situation in Johannesburg. Skyscrapers, absentee landlords, ghost landlords, mafia taking over, collecting money and manipulation. Same happens in New York. What's going on? You find 100 or something houses. Each has 20 floors. They're all occupied, but you don't know who collect the rent. In case the municipality or the city mayor want to do some administrative work in regard to the property affected, he doesn't know who to address because the landlords are absentee. There's no caretaker. Like the video and share. To like it costs you nothing, bro. Comment in there. Some are sensitive, but it's fine. How are you going to get out of this dispute? Because that's my worry. That's my question. Have you ever witnessed a case whereby it doesn't have a tail, doesn't have a head? Matthias, Lazio, are you Hispanic or Portuguese? That's good. We're talking about property ownership here. In UK, there's a very big problem. The UK government wants the list of Nigerians who own the properties because it wants the next of kings. They have died. Nobody is to claim the property. The government wants to take over the property legally because there are hundreds and hundreds of them. I'm good, Razio. Lazio, Italian, maybe. I think so. Subscribe to the channel, man. Like the video. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Property ownership and will execution is becoming a disaster globally. Many people are living in pain. You don't know what to do. People are stuck. Matthias, what's up, bro? Hello, hello. I'm looking for 30 likes and I'm looking for 2,000 views on this video. It's my live stream. I do believe it's a good thing. picking a sensitive topic, putting it on the table. People understand we have a solution to this problem. It's serious. We don't know what to do. We need solution. You're part of the problem. You're gonna be the part of solution to the problem you created. How can you run to a foreign land? You buy properties, you become successful, but you don't have clout. What's happening? Lazio. Go to my playlist, Lazio, and watch. Lazio, where are you? Where are you? I love the name. You know, I used to pretend to learn a little bit of Spanish or Italian language because I love the language. I think in Italian language, to greet you is ciao, ciao, ciao. You know, if you greet Italian, you say ciao ligaza. Or if you want to greet a man, say adios amigo. Me die cigarette. Give me a cigarette. Oh, that is sweet. Then you have in Spanish, they say hola, 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 mingo, hola. That is in Spanish. I don't know much. Quacento. I don't know. I think, but Italian, I know a little bit of it, and French. Oh, bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Ça va bien. Merci, merci. D'où viens-tu? Oh, can speak French. Can speak, but Italian language is my favorite. And Italian women, oh, they're romantic. If you have never dated an Italian woman, you don't know what I'm talking about. I had one, she was 8, she was. They're sexy. Italian women, they're sexy, they are. You can enjoy having company. If you're an African and you truly love her, she'll give you everything. Maybe even these matters we're talking about here about will not be a problem because Italian women are romantic and they are not promiscuous. Who can pump. Topic is sensitive and carries weight along with it. And we have to deal with this topic because many affected, very few knows what to do next. I'm going live with a very hefty topic here. UK government recently stated they are looking for Nigerians who own properties in UK because it's a disaster. They want to develop. They want to accountability in their city. The city mayor, London mayor, is in crisis right now because people are owning properties, they are absent, and some of them they are Nigerians. When they go to an extent of saying they are Nigerians, that means it's quite number. But I'm not seeing them producing a list of Indians. Indians discovered Britain many years ago, even before any other Asian class. Most of the wealthy Indians from Bai and other parts of Africa, Pluto, gaming. Hey man, we're talking about inheritance. We're talking about what UK government did recently. They did a publication of the list of properties of people died long time ago and nobody is there to inherit or there's no traceable next of kin. Particularly they are talking about Nigerians. Can you imagine? Brutal, I'm high, high too, high too, high too. What's up? We need to work on pulling the socks to bring change. We are stuck with no administration. Why accumulate so much and then you don't let your people know what you own? Then you die. No will? It's very sad. Lack of writing a will creates mentality. You want to live forever. Hey, Pluto, I need money, bro. I need money. What's up? Which plan do you have, bro? I need money. I need money. I need money, Pluto. Support me if you can. You can give me $50, $100. But I'm not monetized. But if you, I can give you my where to put it. You can send Western Union and send me the zip code. I go and take it out. $50. It's okay. I want to tell you where to put it. I need money. I need money. I have to buy the Wi-Fi data. I have to fuel. Sometimes I make very crazy content. But in yeah, you can go there and listen some crazy stuff, man. Hey man, hi, do you need any money? Wow. Can you imagine asking me whether I need money this morning? If it's from your heart and you're willing to give, it's fine. Forcing you to give me money. But if your heart tells you I want to give money, I can't say no. Maybe I have some money. Let's talk about which role to play when you're in a situation like what's happening right now in UK. Our situation is something else. Uh, I wanted to do a 35 minutes video and then I log out this morning. Don't forget to go to the channel, subscribe and see. I want like 20 and I want 50 likes in order for this program to grow because I want to build a studio that we will interact. There are so many things, rotten things and good things happening in the society and nobody talks about them. That's why I'm here. I will do even live interviews so you can see the reality. But topic of the day, me I don't get out of the topic. Topic of the day is like UK government, United Kingdom government. Recently they made a gazette notice that Nigerians own properties and most of them they are deceased and no next of kin. They want to take over the properties and they have a criteria they are using. They want to make sure Nigerian government helps them to trace the next of kin to the deceased people in a UK who owns properties in London. Are you learning a lesson here? Are you learning how to go about properties? Are you learning about how to open your heart and tell people, I own this? Money in the bank, leave it. But make sure you write a will. Somebody might take over. Not creating anxiety and crisis and long process. Can you imagine government taking over what you used to own because you couldn't claim? Because you left nothing. You left no will. I'm left with only 1 minute. I'll finish this video. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy. If you have a question, you can ask me. You can watch the video later. It's up to you. Take your time to understand the topic. Will is not something to joke around, and it's affecting so many people. And very few people understand how to go about it. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy. Take care. Take care.